are now listening to the Dad Bodds Podcast with your hosts, the Odds Fellow, Punisher Picks, LockBets.net, and your announcer, Guns Picks. So time to strap in, dads. It's time to join the father figures in the Dad Bodds Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to the Dad Bodds Podcast, episode number 66. Welcome to 2022, Season 3, Episode 1. Welcome, boys. How we all doing? Thanks for joining, and please make sure you go to the YouTube channel to enter any comments that you have questions, and we will be flying at high pace. But I want to introduce to the boys that are on the right of me, Punisher Picks and LockBets.net. What's going on, guys? How you doing?
What's up, dude? I feel like I haven't been on the show in a while after this extended break, the Christmas holiday. I was in Florida. We got sick with a stomach bug as a family, which was fun as a dad trying to, take sick kids while you're sick. But we got through it, and we're healthy now. And it was not COVID. I know that's the first question I always get. Yeah. Was it COVID? How did you feel during and after? But the answer is no. It was like one of those shitty little 12-hour bugs that you get. Yep. When you're a dad and when your kids go to school. So it's we're good to go, man. We're back. I'm back in Oklahoma and ready to get grinding for 2022. What about you, Locke? Our celebrity, our in-house celebrity in the week.
Hey, listen, I had to pull some strings for my 5 seconds of fame. Yeah, for the viewers at home, if you did not know this yet, I was on TV. All right, before AB left the tunnel, they showed me chugging a full beer. So, I mean, in what better fashion do you want to see me in my element at MetLife Stadium? Quickly, so I haven't been on in a few weeks now. So recap, Oklahoma State elite now, huh? Big time W.
They are a blue blood. Some people are saying. Wow. I think Guns just fell off of his chair. He might be done with the podcast.
No, I'm sorry. I forgot to put the heater on, and it's just ringing into my ears, so I had to shut that off. Sorry about that. Hey, that's what happens when you go live, right?
Yes. No.
Now we're bringing up old shit. I don't know why we're bringing up anything. With
you're right. You know what? New year, new podcast, new logo. Excuse me. Look at that logo. That's a hot one, man.
Yeah.
Who made that?
I did. Do you guys like it?
Wow. Little arts and crafts. I love it.
I love it.
And I realized when we started the show, when I did the intro, that I was like, oh, I fixed the intro and I just didn't load it into StreamYard because I had to put the new logo on there. So, I mean, yeah, we're revamping this thing.
So next week, we're trying to get a little fancier, a little more engaging with our fans and with Twitter and stuff. So we're going to try to get some more better graphics out there, some more plays, and then just I don't know, just have some more fun this year and really kind of make it a real show because we're kind of progressing every season. I guess I don't want to say season, but I guess every year we've done this show, we've kind of added something. So I think we are headed in the right direction, but shouldn't we kind of recap 2021 and talk about GPO Lock moving into 2022 and kind of tie that together because our Twitter is now Dad Bodds, which we're going to use to promote this show, but
content, baby, content.
It's powered by GPO Lock, which is our betting service, which is Guns, Pun, The Odds Fellow, and Lock Bets. So you get all four of us for one low price, where I think it's an affordable price, and we run promos all the time. But tell everybody about that, Guns. Tell everybody what we're doing with GPO, and then why they should join.
I mean, well, I guess first of all, we've kind of converted it from not only from the Slack channel, but we also added the element of the Twitter channel. So the Twitter
Mhm.
channel is basically, you're not going to really see a lot of interaction in there. You're just going to basically see full-blown picks and then recaps with that. So
Right.
anything that we put into the premium channels from our picks page, each of us have our own picks page. Every time we put picks or we write anything in there, it gets loaded into the Twitter VIP, which is GPO Lock VIP. If you, on the other side, if you guys want to have more interaction with us, with other members, there's the Slack element. So I think what we're going to do, and we were talking about this before the show, is we're just going to either give them an option, whether they just want to see the picks or if they actually want to interact with the people. So we're going to try to figure out how we're going to present that, not only from a promotion standpoint, but also from a pricing element.
Because it's important to say that some people just want plays, which is fine. And if you just want the plays, then you can subscribe to the VIP Twitter, because all it's going to be is plays. And then if you want to talk to us, if you want to ask Lock Bets why he's on, what he's on, or give him shit about a loss, or chug a beer with him, or chug a beer with him, or do it, whatever you want to do, you can do it within Slack and that community. Because we have our members are now using a channel we created for them to post their own plays, and so we have a pretty active chat right now, which is a lot of fun. So but it's up to you. Everybody has their own personal preference. You can be in both, of course, but we're going to try to introduce that in 2022. That's almost ready to go. I got a few things to do behind the scenes, but we'll be rolling into that as soon as this week. So be on the lookout for that. And then Locke, is there anything else you want to say? Do you want to promo kind of what we can talk a little bit about what we each bet, so the people know, just a quick kind of a state of the union about
little rundown,
just a rundown of who we are and what we pick, so they know.
Yes.
And it's important, and I want to let the audience know that it's not like you can't just pay for guns only. And get it's a one size fits all package.
You wouldn't want to. If you pay for guns, then you can't look at my shitty picks. And then
but you're not paying extra, is what I mean. You're not going to play. We made it an affordable price so that you get all four of us for probably the price of one of us, really. So
and you get every major sport, every single major sport. We're talking NBA, NCAA basketball, MLB. We're getting golf. Golf has been cooking with gas. We're getting NFL. NCAA football. Mr. Guns Picks took that one solo this year and absolutely cooked, absolutely cashed, and absolutely danced. But guys, it's a great opportunity, like Pun said, to just join an evolving community with gamblers. We're not going to sell you on 10-game parlays. We're not going to sell you on any stupid TikToks, which may be in the woodworks, actually. I'm going to talk to someone about that.
I would love
we're going to sell you on
by the way,
good content.
But I don't know how.
All right. Speaking about about bets and odds, we got Odds Fellow coming into the chat. Make sure I gave him the proper introduction while he's laying in bed.
Whoa.
Oh, hell yeah.
How's the little guy doing?
We've entered the concussion protocol.
Protocol. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can you give us a little rundown? Was it like a full speed? So the Odds Fellow was supposed to be in our chat in our podcast tonight, but his little guy got an injury. He ran full throttle into the wall. So
such a dad move, big dad move.
No,
I can relate. All in Indy 500 going on in the house, and then it ended in a spill.
Oh, jeez. So no doctor visit though. He's okay. No stitches.
No stitches, no blood, no stitches. I think we're in the clear.
Good. He's not a snitch.
But I'm just here for any questions. Anything needed. I'm in.
Odds. What's going on with NBA these days? Oh, did we lose one? Are we cooking anything tonight for some NBA? What are we stressing over?
We're live.
Let me see what he's locked. He is gone. He doesn't get very much service in the kid's bedroom.
Yeah, that's
those race car beds block cell signals. But back to our conversation. If you want to, we cover all the major sports, but we try not to overlap a whole lot because we know it's hard to bet all four of us. I focus mainly on hockey and baseball. and then NBA a little bit, and then Guns focuses on basically. I mean, he covers the whole gamut, but
I would say my specialty is probably college football, college hoops, and then I probably transitioned into NBA more of
and some pucks. I think you would do some pucks too, but
I like playoff pucks
Yeah.
because I think you can hit scenarios a little bit better than you can during the regular season. I just don't watch
Playoff
regular
hockey.
season.
And then Lock Bets does like he said, he does NFL, college hoops, golf.
I'm excited for golf to come
Baseball.
back. I need
we're gonna get his baseball this year.
I know.
Which I'm really excited
Oh,
about.
that's huge. That's gonna
Baseball's
be a weird,
in. I know.
That's gonna be more collaborative in April.
We're gonna have to
June.
get some board meetings each day. We're gonna really have to sharpen the pencil on that.
That's gonna. I think that helps though because I want to really shorten my volume anyway. So as far as the MLB picks are concerned, so if I can hash out I like 6 picks, I could probably hash it to 2 or something.
So we got something. We've got something for everybody, and then a lively chat, and we're just. It's almost like a group text amongst friends. So
yeah,
we'd love to have you. So think about it. Look for promos coming and join GPO Lock.
I mean, we put out promos all the time.
It's a good plan.
Yeah. What else can I say?
Yeah, nothing you can say about it. But I mean, we're talking gambling. We're talking picks.
Any bad beats from the weekend? Anybody lose a nice coin on a few games?
Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't post it in the GPL Lock because I was scared of this pick, and there's a reason why I was scared of this pick. As I took the Pittsburgh Panthers, and the pick 6 that happened at the end of the game where the quarterback was driving down the field, and I kind of felt in my gut. I was like, this is the third stringer. I was like, I don't think he'll score, but I just can't have him pick them. Just don't throw a pick. And he threw one, and that guy ran it back. And of course, you're a college kid. You're gonna run that thing into the end zone because that's your season. And I'm that's it. I'm done. I was like that, and I was having a bad day anyways. I would just like, this is the worst day of my life. And then thank God after that day, it turned around. That's when I went 9-1.
Hell yeah,
7-3. And I was like picking up that 8-9 unit day turned into a plus 20, 4-5 day or something like that. So it's a roller coaster ride, but I'll get you to the station. Don't worry. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how it works with me. I'm better at regular season than the
Guns will never take his foot off the gas. That's what I love about him.
How about these guys? These little
Gamecocks, huh? The Gamecocks. Really well. But I made notes about stuff like that. Is like Mississippi State losing to Texas Tech.
Yeah.
The Gamecocks. You see them in these positions when they're double-digit dogs, and the public is just tearing into the other team. That's why I'm kind of worried about Kansas State today. But you have to probably lean a little bit more towards the double-digit dog, and then sprinkle some money line on top of that in those bowl games. That's kind of like I wrote that note to myself. Don't forget,
especially this year. I mean,
bowl season has been crazy
now, but
fucking crazy,
especially with the COVID stuff. So let's do a little bowl season recap. What do you guys think of the bowl season? Did you have any games that stuck out? Did you enjoy? Do we need to talk like, I don't know, Oklahoma State, Notre Dame or anything? Or are you guys good?
We could talk. I'll tell you what. I was talking to somebody about this today. I was like, this is, I mean, you have just a rookie coach. They were up 28-7. They gave up the late touchdown at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
Then in the second half, and I'm like, I know this is one of those.
The Irish.
Oklahoma State all year has been a second half team. They were a second half team against Baylor.
Yeah.
They're a team that can make adjustments because they're a little bit more experienced than Notre Dame overall. And sure enough, and I know Jack Cohn is just he's not a dual threat. He can't run. He's either going to be making those crisp passes. You guys took away that screen pass, that little dink and dunk when you tried doing the pressure.
Well, it seems like what happened, Guns, was Oklahoma State was like, all right, you're not running against us. You're just not going to.
Yeah, missing Kyron really.
And Notre Dame decided, well, let's just pass the ball. And I don't think Oklahoma State was ready for the pass.
No.
And they just, he had 4 touchdowns in the first half passing or something. I think Cohen did. So it was one of those games where they made the adjustment. I didn't think they had the firepower to come back and win that game.
No.
They tried to lose it with those 2 fumbles at the end.
Oh, the fumble in the end zone when you guys were about to score. Yeah, it was a crazy game overall. I didn't hate the game. I mean,
it was a
little bit of promise of what direction they're going to go because they're bringing a lot of these guys back in year 2. I mean, they're going to lose.
I hate to say it, but Freeman. I don't know. He looks like a guy that's not going to last, but that's just me. That's my prediction. His post-game press conference, it was just like
it's his first game. It's his first game as a head coach ever.
I understand, but he's been in the locker room, so I mean, it's not his first game. I understand he's going up against a veteran coach, and he should have lost, and he did.
And you can say shit about my coach. Sorry, but he's a top. All I know about him, I don't know what he can do as a head coach. I know what he can do as a defensive coordinator. He's been successful there, and he's one of the top recruiters in the past 5 years as far as getting kids to go play for him. So we'll see if that transitions into head coaching. I don't know. I really don't.
What's Notre Dame's record next year? This time next year when we do
well, I tell you what, it's probably going to be 0-1 after week 1 because they're playing Ohio State game 1. So there's a challenge.
Wow. I did not know that.
No, they're playing.
Now, what's the line going to be at that? You think 18.5, 19.5?
I don't.
16.5.
I'm taking Ohio. I'm taking Notre Dame.
It's at the shoe too.
The points.
It's at the shoe.
Oof.
So it's going to be quite an experience to. I don't recall. Actually, no, I do recall them playing Ohio State. It's always in a bowl game like the Fiesta, and they get their dick kicked in. So
we got a pretty big game on Monday, huh?
I think.
Yes.
Is there a pretty big
Georgia?
Can you preview that for us, or SEC lock?
We can't get the guns picked to the head for tonight, can we?
No, you're not going to get it tonight because
can we get the gun to the head?
You need to see who's going to be there, what the health condition of the players are. I mean, are they going to be bringing back? More so on the Bama side than the Georgia side. I think Georgia is going to be a little bit ready. I just kind of want to see a little. I want to see do some research, kind of really get a real feel because I think the public perception is Nick Saban doesn't lose these games. He always beats his assistants. Blah blah blah. I was like, well, he didn't really beat Dabo. He's technically worked under you. You already lost to Jimbo this year. Is there really a tide turning for Nick Saban, especially with this team on the field? I thought Georgia looked more impressive, but it's got me a little bit worried that you got Kirby Smart in a big game and you've just never seen him go over the top. I don't know.
I'll let you guys banter, but one question I want to ask you is about the assistants. Is nobody beats Saban? It doesn't matter if you're one of his assistants or not. So what does that stat mean?
Dabo did.
Who else beats him? So why do they say none of his assistants can beat him? Well, nobody beats the guy.
Who owned him?
Nobody beats Doug Marrone.
Mississippi had his number for a little bit. When they had good teams.
Had his number, they had a cheating coach 6 years. I mean, he just doesn't lose. I mean, they lose one game a season.
I mean, all I can do is I'm going to go with the system that I've always gone with college football, and I'm going to treat it as such. And I really do believe that the books are, in my head right now as it stands today. When you see Bama as a dog, I can see stupid public people running to the window betting on Bama, and that scares me.
I think Vegas is luring you in.
It's -2 Georgia, and they're
+3
in the SEC championship.
DraftKings had +3 yesterday for a very short moment in time. I believe
it's been bouncing around between 2, 2.5, and 3, and I think
I see 3.
I
see 3 guns.
It's 3 now. Okay, so I saw 2.
That's a telling line though for Georgia.
I saw
That's a strong line for Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
They got their ass whipped a few weeks ago.
That's what I mean. It's like
what was the line in that game?
-6.5 Georgia.
Okay.
So it's now -3 Georgia. It's like, but why would you put that line there if Georgia got their ass kicked?
I hope I don't need to get my speech out though. You cannot give Nick Saban points this time of year.
Hey, listen, I was on Saban in the SEC championship.
I know.
Because they needed to win. Georgia didn't need to win that game. Georgia could have lost and they'd still be in the college football playoff.
I think we talked about this last time. This was like the best case scenario. Georgia, Alabama.
Georgia seems better. Georgia seems better to me.
They do. But what can Kirby
But you
Smart
still
do to
gotta
fuck it up?
beat. You still gotta beat the.
And listen, these
king
two
of the
teams
hill,
played.
as they say.
Kirby Smart
To
played them
be the
before,
best.
and Georgia beat the doors off of them in the first half, and then
Yeah.
they put in Tua, and then Tua came back in that game, brought it to overtime, and got the win. I don't know.
Jeez.
It's these scenarios that get stuck in my head that it causes me not to sleep. So that's my take.
We won't have a
football.
show. We won't have a show between now and Monday. Between now and
depending on how Monday goes, we may not have a show Tuesday either. Or
okay, I'm going to give you a lean. I'm just going to say
I need to hear.
I'm just going to give a lean because I want to see the line that comes out. I'm going to say
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Georgia first half. Georgia first half.
Wow.
Georgia first.
And actually, I'll probably give that as a free play to post. So what the hell?
A free play to boot.
You heard it here first. That's first. First off the press.
And lock bets. Do you have an opinion on this matter? Do you have a contradictory thought, or are you in agreement with Sir Gunn's picks?
I like the first half. I think the first half's a strong take. I think Georgia could come out rolling, but the whole game could scare me a little bit.
That's right.
So first half, I can sign my Sharpie on the first half. I like that.
So will that be a -1 or like an even?
That could be
or could it be like even like a -2?
That could be a pick.
Maybe like a -120.
That'd be a -1. Yeah, I mean, that could be a -1.
I mean, essentially,
might as well just do the money line first half, maybe
if they offer it.
But like I said, Georgia, I gave you that number yesterday. I don't remember. I don't have it in front of me anymore. But like Georgia's like 390 to like 54 or something like that against
first
teams
half.
in the first half,
Yeah.
and 24 of those came from Bama in the SEC championship. So take that. And I think they only scored. How many points did Michigan score in the first half? Like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they look like shit. I mean, I'm sorry to my Michigan fans, but
I could definitely
playoff,
see that.
That playoff. Can we also realize that was awful?
Yep, it was predicted.
The New Year's games were so much better.
Yes, no, I thought some of the pre-New Year's games were better too. I mean, I thought that the Tennessee game was awesome.
Yeah,
I think Tennessee should have won that game, and the refs took that away from them.
Yeah, that was BS.
I thought the Army Missouri game was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Army pulled out that victory.
Yeah, that was the last second field goal, right?
Yeah, they just clock managed that game.
Yeah, Fiesta Bowl was good. Sugar Bowl was intriguing with Baylor.
The Rose Bowl was awesome.
The Rose Bowl was awesome with Ohio State and Utah. I mean, Utah blew that one.
That's the best game. Hands down.
That was a fun game. What
was I watching the other day? The Purdue game was pretty good. Was that
the Purdue game was really good?
Oh, who they play? Yeah.
That was Tennessee.
Of course, I had Tennessee ticket, waiting to go to the cashier at halftime, and I'm like, I'm feeling good. And then they couldn't stop that tight end, man, or any of the big backs out of the backfield.
It was like that last window of 5 minutes where they just went big play after big play after big play. And they were just kind of bouncing back and forth. That was
a good
wild.
game. That was a good game to watch.
But that was same thing with the Rose Bowl. I mean,
last thing before we move on to NFL and then we'll get some picks.
Okay.
Oof.
What do you guys think about the playoff expansion first? Should they do it? Are you in agreement with it? How many teams, after watching this bowl season and seeing what we saw, and what about the transfer portal / what I'm calling now as college football free agency?
Yes.
What do you guys think about that moving forward with college football? Like it? Don't like it? So let's talk playoff and let's talk a little free agency.
Listen,
I want to hear your guys' thoughts.
Listen, I am like the Joker. I love the chaos. I'm an agent of chaos, and and seeing the transfer portal do what I saw them do today, especially with Dylan Gabriel saying he's going to UCLA. Psych! I'm going to Oklahoma because Williams left to go take an NIL deal. I'm assuming because I don't see any other reason why he would.
He even left it open with saying I might come back to Oklahoma, but that's not happening.
I think he wanted to go and talk about his deal.
Where'd he go?
He hasn't announced. He said he was going to take a few days off and look, but I think
he's in the portal.
He's in the portal. He wants to. He's basically a free agent. He's fielding offers, which is insane to me.
I heard his lean was Georgia. That's all I heard. I don't know if there's any truth to that.
We need a Woj for college football portal.
I look at the portal every day.
That would be a great Twitter account. Would it not?
There's one corner that is from Northwestern that's in the portal that I really want, and I will hope he goes to Notre Dame because
Northwestern corner.
They get a lot of.
We need to find a portal tracker.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you should do that. I think you should do that.
Okay, I'll start working on that.
I follow a lot of portal.
Or the intern can do it. I just don't think I'd be very good at it.
I get the updates within minutes. As far as the playoff goes, though, so I know. Okay, even if like Alabama, the same team still run the gauntlet, they still have to run through a bigger gauntlet to me, and it gives the option of
not if they get a bye.
Well, if they get a bye, they still have to play a team, and then they have to go play another team. Okay, so they still have the same kind of field anyways. But with the other teams that you're adding to the element, now you're getting less guys opting out. You have less guys going to the transfer portal. There's an extra meaningful game for them to play instead of going to the Sugar Bowl, which is an exhibition that means nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it gives, from a better standpoint, I know those games I'm going to get full effort from those teams. I'm going to get full rosters from those teams if they're not hurt or not, whatever. But so I like that element. As far as who wins, and you may see the same pattern consistently. I want to see where this goes 5 years when it's actually elemented, 4 to 5 years down the road with NILs cooking with gas. I think we're already starting to see it now. How is it going to affect the distribution of players? Are players actually is the South really going to have a stranglehold on the Alabama side, or is it going to open things up for California, ACC? I don't know.
I mean, we know college football is cyclical. I mean, it's very. If you look at the eras of college football, there's a 15-year era where the Big 12. The Big 12 crushed with Oklahoma and Nebraska, however you want to say it. And then there's, an era where the Pac-12 was really good with USC. Now we're in the SEC. And I don't know if that, when that's going to switch. But I do think that a playoff will work if the balance of power spreads out. Like if players see that, well, I can get in on the big stage with a lesser team, maybe it'll make the players go to, because if you look at the recruiting, I mean, like a team like Oklahoma next season doesn't have a single 5-star recruit, and they're 10th in the country in recruiting. Think about that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the NIL.
Think about it. All the stars go to like 3 places, 3 schools.
Yeah.
And 4 or 5. I mean, it's stupid.
But I mean, you're seeing that now with the top 4. I think, if you don't change something, nothing's going to change. Right. So kudos for them to putting in the effort. Will it work? I don't know. I guess only time will tell.
It would be cool to play one more game. Like watching that Oklahoma State and Notre Dame game. Like it would be cool if OSU had one more game after.
Yeah, this. I didn't hate that game. I hated losing that game. But at the end,
you guys want to do a 2-game series? Notre Dame, Oklahoma State, round 2.
Yeah, bring it on
next week.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll. Let me call the boys.
Want to do a 3-game series?
Be a new bottle.
I don't need to watch Jack Cohn throw another pass for Notre Dame. That's what I just don't need it. I don't need it. I can't watch him run. He runs about as fast as half speed Tom Brady.
Leaf taking off.
Yeah. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, I got a question from the chat, and it's to Lock Bets. How come no art in the background? Lock Bets.
Adam. Woo, Adam. You know what? I am wearing my Keep Betting hat. And I'm wearing my South Carolina shirt. I thought that was enough logo, but you know what? Hey, Adam, I'm gonna take that constructive criticism next week. You see what's in my background. I'm gonna come through for you.
And you know why he doesn't? It's because he doesn't have a wife that puts shit up for him on the wall.
I
didn't
got
have
the
this
banter
either
pad going,
until my wife caught up and said, "Hey, dude, you need something in here, and you're off."
Yeah, I was just talking to Pun earlier. I'm actually I'm revamping like everything that I do on my background, so it's a little bit more.
So I think
looks like shit.
Lock Bets has some room for growth with that backdrop.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do like a bookshelf. One of those bookshelves. Put a helmet up there, a picture of my dog.
Yeah, a bunch of Jets stuff. And,
maybe Jets memorabilia.
Maybe.
I think we have some picks for.
Yes, we do. So let's talk NFL Week 17.
Yes.
I would like to ask Locke about the AB situation real quick because he was at the Jets game and saw firsthand Antonio Brown, and he was on TV. So he got on TV.
I was on TV.
And he saw Antonio Brown storm.
I was in like the third or fourth row, in the end zone, and I'm getting all these texts saying, "Did you see AB run off the field?" And I'm like, "Wait, if he did, it would have been right in front of me." So I was either A, drunk, which is definitely possible, or B, I was on the opposite side. After further review, I was on the opposite side. But what a crazy turn of events.
I thought it was a streaker or something.
That's how the Jets roll, though. They like chaos. Guns likes chaos. The Jets love chaos.
Man, the Jets look good too. They should have won that game. They should have won that game.
AB leaves the field, and then all of a sudden the Jets collapse. And
I gotta say, Locke, I have higher hopes for your Jets after watching that game. Wilson made some great throws. I will say
I don't hate Wilson. I don't know if people give him shit. I was like he's playing for the Jets. He looks better than Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence looks like shit.
Yeah, Lawrence looks terrible.
It's a bad situation he's in. Okay, let's talk. You guys want to talk NFL picks? I have a few picks for tomorrow. We're gonna try to put these out. I'll put these out on Twitter tomorrow, hopefully with some sort of a graphic where I'm going to put all of our picks out and then kind of a parlay them and see what they would pay. We're going to try to do this once a week and see if we can keep records and see how we do.
Little lunch money parlay.
A little lunch money parlay for the boys.
So here's the transition, everybody. We are going into the Dad Bodds Capper Breakdown.
It is time for the Dad Bodds Capper Breakdown.
Oh, yeah. It is pick time, sponsored by GPO Lock. 4 Cappers, 1 spot. For all your betting needs, hit us up in the DMs if you want to join Punisher Picks at Lock Bets, at Oddsfellow, at Guns Picks. So who's going to start us off with their selection? You have one for tomorrow, right, Pun?
Yes, I have one for tomorrow. I'm deciding between two, and I'll go real quick because mine are both in the NBA, and then I'll let you boys talk football, and we'll take this thing home. I will be on both of these probably, but I'm not sure which pick because I don't have a line yet. But it will be the Nuggets team total under, or the Sacramento Kings team total under, depending on what those lines are tomorrow. One of those will be my play.
Do you like both of them, or
I prefer the
number one?
I prefer the Nuggets, but I'll be on both of them. But I think the Nuggets is a stronger play at home versus Utah.
Okay, all right.
Now you boys take it away with what people really want to hear. Football picks.
So the last time I was on a podcast, we hit a sweep on the the ST
short-term high volatility investments.
I always forget the abbreviations. So
shout out to those boys
for turning my NFL luck around on that one, because I went 6-2 that day, and actually we went 6-0 on the picks or something like that, 5-0. I canceled one because of COVID, Cousins. But I'm looking at the last week of the season is always hard. You always look for who the motivated team is. You look for do they have something to play for, and versus the team that they're playing for, are they motivated to knock them off, or do they just want to get into golfing on Tuesday or something like that and set up their tee times? So looking at this, I think the Titans, they want to come into this. They want to get the bye. They were 2-3 going into the game last week against Miami. They looked absolutely great. The run game actually looked quite well. It looked, one of the first times that I've seen this without Derrick Henry in the backfield, they actually looked productive running the ball. And I think that's a testament to having A.J. Brown in the pass game. He did well in that game as well. I know they're playing on the road, and it seems like the Tennessee Titans always play the Houston Texans at the end of the year. And no matter the situation, and I think the situation last year, the year before, it sticks in my memory. The Texans were playing to go into the playoffs, and the Tennessee Titans had nothing to play for, and they beat the doors off of them anyways, even though the Tennessee Titans had already made the playoffs. I think they do the same thing here. They're going to be playing on the road against the Texans. The Texans just lost 23-7 last week against the 49ers. I just think they want to get this season over with and try to find a quarterback for that team. So give me the Tennessee Titans for the game, minus 10.5 on the road. Double-digit road favorites. I'll take it.
Mark it. Let's freaking go.
Just wrote it
down.
Two
confident picks. I'm going. Two confident picks here, guys. I tend to hate. I usually hate the week leading up to playoffs, those matchups, what it could, the implications, the lines that Vegas brings forth. But it's the one week where you really have to follow a narrative, and you kind of have to just really stick to your guns. So, the New England Patriots have a small hope at AFC's top spot. Now, do you think Bill Belichick's going to allow his assistant, Brian Flores, to keep this game close? The Dolphins are out of the playoffs. They have nothing to lose. And you don't like to see that usually. But I love Bill Belichick in this matchup. The line is minus 6.5 right now. I could see it going up to 7.5. Get in now. Get in that 6.5. All right. Pitch a 10.
Revenge. It's a revenge game too for week one.
Yeah, revenge spot and
pitch
a 10. Pitch a 10 and hang out with that minus 6.5 because you won't regret it. Grab it now.
Don't scroll down on guns.
Do I give a second pick? There's no second pick. You know what? The second pick. You know how you get the second pick? You sign up for GPO Lock.
That's my boy.
Oh, look at you!
I like it. That's my boy.
The Patriots. The Patriots plays a 1.5 unit play, and that's it. That's all I got.
Did you get minus 6.5 on that, guns? Is that what you're saying? 6.5.
I'm seeing minus 6.5 right now.
Yeah, pitch a 10, baby.
Yeah.
Pitch a 10. Pitch a 10.
All right. So we've got Titans minus 10.5. Probably the Nuggets team total under, and the Patriots minus 6.5. So,
and I will preface for the pick. The pick is Tennessee minus 10.5. I love the first half more. I just didn't have a line for it.
I know.
So that's
you wanted
kind
the first
of like
half,
what,
and I was like, dude, we need a pick.
Guns wanted to pitch a 10.
I wanted to be cute.
If the first half is available tomorrow, we'll put that out instead. But
I just didn't see the line.
We'll preface that 10.5. Well, boys.
Any final words, guys?
Bam.
This was fun. Enjoyed it. Hopefully the people enjoyed it as well, and hopefully our
any comments? Any comments before we leave?
Man, I'm going from football mode into college basketball mode, which is kind of a weird thing. I've kind of dipped my toe in here and there, so going into conference play is my favorite time, and this is kind of where the bread is made. And I know Lock Bets is in there too, making a ton of cash off college basketball. I don't mean you did
had a few comebacks. Georgia came back tonight to cover, and LSU came back to win outright.
I had LSU. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a nice play, guys. That was a really nice play. And Guns, and just an example of our chat. Somebody asked Guns, "Hey man, tell me about this LSU pick? Well, why did you?"
And I put a paragraph.
He wrote a paragraph real quick. It said, "Hey, they haven't beat anybody, and this was their first true away game." And he gave his reasoning. So that's another reason to join. We'll kind of give you a behind the scenes look at the plays, and you can just root for our plays with us, and we can talk and have fun. So until next time. The dad bods are out.
Until next time, let's keep cooking, let's keep cashing, let's keep dancing until we get to episode 67. Peace.